Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 112. And in this episode, we're going to be taking on area number 8 of Mount Battle. In the next episode, of course, we're going to be taking on area number 9. And then in the episodes after that, we're going to be doing the Lucky Egg quest, finishing up with area 10 of Mount Battle and purifying the Shadow Lugia. That is all that we have left to do. And then we're going to call it quits on this series at last. So it's going to be, I'm guessing, around the episode 120 mark, somewhere in there, depending on how long the Lucky Egg quest takes. I haven't done it in quite a while, so I'm not sure exactly how many episodes it's going to take, if multiple episodes at all. It may just be able to be completed in one episode, so we'll have to see on that. But I'm just ballparking it. This series should not go more than 120 episodes, though, so we are definitely, for real, winding down. Alright, so in Area 8 here, most of the Pokemon are going to be in the low to mid 60s. So yeah, we have Ladian, Dustox, and Kecleon for this battle here, and obviously attacking Ladian with Rock-type moves is the way to go, because it's bug and flying type, dual type action going on there. It's going to be 4 times weak to it. Dustox is mainly reliant on its special defense to survive, but you can attack it with any strong attack and it should go down. Its stats really aren't that crazy good. As for Kecleon, I suggest manipulating its color change ability like what I just did just now. Go for a fire-type attack, and then right after attack it with a rock-type move, and that's able to get rid of Kecleon for good, and that's going to be the end of this battle. It's a very easy battle. I don't even think I got hit by anything. I think the only move that they pulled off was a Swords Dance with the Ladian, and he didn't end up getting to use it at all, so oh well. Alrighty, so I'm going to switch Aggron out. We'll switch Ninetales out as well. We'll use Electabuzz and Crobat for the next battle, Zone 72, and see how that goes. I'm no longer on a boat. And yeah, I just skipped over the rest of what you said, because anyone who starts off a sentence with, I'm no longer on a boat, does not deserve my time. Alright, but he does deserve a battle, however. He's going to start out with Tentacool and Mantine. Both are water-type Pokemon, both are dual types as well. Tentacool has a part poison type, and Mantine has a part flying type, so obviously we're going to go for an electric type attack on Mantine to take advantage of that 4 times super effective weakness. And Tentacool, you can pretty much knock out with any physical attack as long as you're around the same level as him. First of all, Tentacool's not evolved, because, I mean, it should have been a Tentacruel a long time ago. And on top of that, even when it does evolve, Tentacruel has low physical defense to begin with, so yeah, pretty much anything that's not a fighting or poison type physical attack can knock it out. Thunder misses, but Mantine does something that it's probably going to regret, and that is make it rain. So now Thunder's going to hit every turn, so we have no chance of missing. Wing Attack's going to take out the replacement Pokemon, which is Lombre. It's a grass and water type, so obviously it's going to be weak to flying type moves. And Crobat takes care of it very easily. And now, because of the rain, not only does Mantine not get to attack afterwards, it's going to get killed in one hit by Thunder, thanks to its own Rain Dance move. And yeah, that was a shot in the foot, if I've ever seen one. Or a shot in the wings. Ha! The irony. I need to stop making stupid puns and jokes. It's really getting old, isn't it? Alright, well, anywho, that's going to do it for zone number 72. And that went rather swimmingly. Actually, the hardest battle in this entire area, I think, is, I want to say 75, but I may stand corrected. It's one of the middle battles, and the Pokemon are just ridiculous and have nothing to do with what the rest of the area has, honestly. Anyway, you'll see what I mean when we get there. Alright, so we have Hitmontop and Togetic, which is some of an unusual combination going on here. Hitmontop obviously is going to have the Intimidate ability, as always. Hitmontop, I don't think, can have any other ability at this point in the generations. So bring Pokemon that can rely on special attacks, and that works out because both Hitmontop and Togetic have weaknesses to special attacks, so might as well stick with that. can use Psychic types on Hitmontop. You can also use Flying types, but again, with the whole Intimidate thing, your attack's going to get lowered. And what is this? Togetic just got frozen by Ice Beam, and I think that might just be the first time that I've frozen anyone at all throughout this entire game. I think it might be. Maybe the second time, tops. But, anywho, very exciting. Flamethrower, gonna take out Hitmontop before he gets to do too much damage, which is good. The replacement's gonna be Blossom, and both of my Pokemon have moves that are gonna be super effective on this Blossom, so that's good. It does have a lot of special defense though, so you might not be able to necessarily knock it out in one hit. I'm thinking that Flamethrower from Ninetales is just barely not going to be enough. I think it's gonna leave it in the red. So we should be able to kill it off in the turn afterwards. We'll see. I'll go for a Flamethrower on Blossom, and we'll see what it does. I'm thinking Red Zone. Yeah. Looks like it has like 5 or 10 HP. Altaria is going to go for a Sky Attack on the next turn, but we say no to that, because not only do we get a critical hit, but we hit it with a 4-time super effective Ice Beam, which preys on its Dragon and Flying weaknesses to the Ice type, and it goes down in one hit. Sky Attack will do a lot of damage. It has 140 base power. It does, I think, only have 90% accuracy, but it also has the chance to make you flinch too, so it's just a really powerful move. Altaria would also get stabbed from that, so that could have been devastating, but we avoided the bullet there. And second Flamethrower from Ninetales is going to send Blossom packing, and that's going to do it for this battle. We have yet to lose a Pokemon, which is really good, because these areas definitely have gotten a lot harder, and most of these Pokemon are at a higher level than me, so we're doing good so far. Let's get Flygon and Crobat into the action here. They're one of my only Pokemon that are still stuck at level 60, so we might as well get them some action, right? Zone 74. This is not the hard one, I don't believe. I'm gonna say that it's 75. So, yes, we will enjoy the next easy battle here. Alright, so Tentacruel and Grumpig, and my goodness, with the Grumpigs, have we seen enough of them? In the Ore Coliseum in the first set, the first 3 trainers that aren't in the finals, so every trainer but the final battle of Arena, they all have Grumpigs. Like, what the hell is it with the Grumpigs in the after game here? Not cool. By now, you know that it's a pure Psychic-type Pokemon that has the Thick Fat ability, usually. It can also have own tempo, but most of the time it's going to have Thick Fat. And it does have lower physical defense, so a Shadow Ball and an Earthquake, get rid of it. And Earthquake is also going to prey on Tentacruel's low defense and its weakness to the Ground type, because it's part Poison, remember. And it's going to knock out Crobat, or not Crobat. Crobat's fine, he's all good. Knock out Tentacruel before you get a chance to do anything, because I'm assuming that Tentacruel is going to either go for a Hydro Pump or Ice Beam or something on Flygon, and that could have been bad. Alright, so the 2 replacement Pokemon are going to be Claydol and Cradily. They're 2 Hoenn Pokemon. Cradily is one of the fossils from the Hoenn region. It's a Grass and Rock type Pokemon. It's an interesting typing, especially when it comes to its weaknesses, because the main weaknesses that you're going to want to go for are either Fighting, Steel, or Ice types. And it's just a really weird combination of types to be weak to. Claydol, on the other hand, has the Levitate ability, so try to use Earthquake. Obviously, it's going to float above that. It is a Ground-type Pokemon. It's also part Psychic. It does have a lot of defensive power, and it also usually comes with the move Cosmic Power, which increases both physical defense and special defense. You can see Cradily getting the stat boost from Ancient Power there, fortunately. That always happens when my opponents use Ancient Power. But anyway, Claydol is weak to Water, Ice, Grass, and Ghost, and Dark. There we go. Mentioned all of them. And yeah, Crobat's able to knock him out. And now we're going to go for an Earthquake with Flygon, and I'm not sure if this is going to knock Cradily out. No, it doesn't quite knock him out, and you can thank the freaking stat boost for that. If it wasn't for him getting the stat boost with that Ancient Power in the last turn, that would not have happened. This battle will be over right now, and I'd be complaining about how hard the next battle is. Aren't you sad? Okay. well. I guess we'll go for a flamethrower, and we'll do wing attack as well. Cool. Wing attack on Cradily, and down it goes, finally, after 2 earthquakes and a wing attack, obviously. And yeah, that's going to do it for this battle. And it wasn't terribly difficult. Most of these battles have gone by pretty quickly because we're at the 10-minute mark here, like 10.5 minutes, and we're already done the first 4 battles, which is faster than what we've been doing in the previous areas. Alright, so this battle coming up is a surprise in a bad way because this guy's crazy hard, and he's one of the hardest trainers out of all of Mount Battle, and I just don't know why they put him at 75. I don't quite understand. I mean, I know it's like 3/4 of the way done, but still. Alright, so he's going to start off with Umbreon and Milotic. Umbreon is a tank of tanks. This thing can tank pretty much anything. I've a couple of times faced Umbreons and cross-chopped them and have not killed them. You'd have to get a critical hit. So Umbreon's going to be weak to fighting and bug-type moves, and it's almost assuredly going to go for Confuse Ray in the first couple of turns. And just keep doing it until both of your Pokemon stay confused. So if you keep healing them, he's just going to keep using Confuse Ray. Milotic is also a tank, but it's a special tank. And it just, as you can see, it tanked Thunder pretty well there. It's in the red, but it's able to pull off a move, goes for a Hydro Pump, and Aggron doesn't even get a chance to do anything. And that is bad news because there's 2 specific ice Pokemon coming out a little bit later on that I wanted to keep Aggron for. I was banking on the fact that he was going to start with one of the ice types, and he didn't. And Aggron ended up getting killed on the first turn, so that really backfired. Not only that, but Umbreon went for Confuse Ray on Zaprong, so now I'm confused and down a Pokemon, and yeah, kind of not doing so well here. So we're going to go for a Yellow Flute on Zaprong to cure his confusion because I want to get Milotic off the field right now. It's very important because he's going to go for a Hydro Pump, and that was going to take Ninetales out. Yeah, almost assuredly. Alright, with Milotic's defeat, Zaprong goes up to level 61, Ninetales is almost up to level 62, but not quite, and the replacement Pokemon is, yep, Articuno, the ice and flying type legendary bird. Why he has a legendary Pokemon in Zone 75, I don't know. It makes no sense. Umbreon goes for Confuse Ray again, so Zaprong is confused again. And yeah, Umbreon is just incredibly, incredibly annoying. So what we're going to do here is use Ninetales' turn to go for a Flamethrower, and we get a critical hit on Articuno, and because of that, Articuno goes down without ever getting to even attack us. Oh, we got very, 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 very lucky there because Articuno's special defense means that unless you get a critical hit, even if you get a super effective move off, you're not going to knock it out in one hit. I suggest going for Rock-type moves, however, because that has a 4 times advantage on Articuno, but as you know, Aggron got knocked out. Oh my goodness, I just got so lucky. Articuno is so dangerous because it uses the Mind Reader and Sheer Cold combination. So on one turn it'll use Mind Reader, and the next turn Sheer Cold, and it's a one-hit KO move, so in a couple of turns, half your team could be gone. So I do suggest that you double-team it as soon as it comes out. And the replacement for Articuno, I didn't even get to mention that yet, it's Regice. Yes, Regice, another legendary Ice-type Pokemon. This one is a pure Ice-type, so it does have quite a bit of weaknesses, including Fire, Rock, Fighting, Steel. So take your pick on what you want to use, but I suggest using physical moves because Regice's special defense is even higher than Articuno's. It's kind of ridiculous, and I believe this one might also have Amnesia, so if it gets an Amnesia off, you're not going to be able to do anything. As you can see, Flamethrower really doesn't do that much damage for being a super effective hit. Meanwhile, Zaprong's just hitting himself like a retard over there. And Umbreon is going to go for a Screech, but it misses. The strategy that he's doing there is confusing your Pokemon and then using Screech to lower your defense so that when you hit yourself, it does a lot of damage, which is a really good strategy. He also used Rain Dance. Not sure entirely why he did that, what the point of that is. Maybe just to lower my Flamethrower's attacking power, but it also allows me to hit with Thunder every turn if I can actually attack, which isn't happening right now. Alright, so Umbreon's going to go for a Screech. And that's going to lower our defense by 2 levels. And Regice just keeps going for Lock-On. I don't know what he's doing. The AI is being kind of retarded right now. But that's good news because I kind of need him to be stupid at this point. Alright, so Ninetales snaps out of its confusion, and it's going to go for a flamethrower, but it is raining, so it's not going to do a lot. And yeah, gets Regice down into the red zone, but he's still hanging on after like 4 super effective hits. Meanwhile, Zaprong's still hitting himself in confusion every single turn. Can't say that I'm surprised, but whatever. Feint Attack is Umbreon's only attacking move that actually does damage. Otherwise, it just has Rain Dance, Confuse Ray, and Screech. But it actually went for an attack there. It doesn't do a lot. Umbreon doesn't have a lot of attacking power, so you mainly need to worry about it for the Confuse Ray purposes, and the fact that it takes forever to kill. Flamethrower on Regice again, and finally Regice goes down. And with Milotic, Articuno, and Regice out of the way, we have most of the dangerous Pokemon out of here. The last one that can be kind of dangerous, especially in the rain, is going to be Ludicolo. But thankfully, Zaprong comes to his senses here, snaps out of confusion, and we get a Thunder off on Umbreon, which is nice. And it doesn't do that much damage. But we're going to be confused again, because Umbreon can't stand for us to not be confused for 5 seconds. It's going to confuse Ninetales. The rain stopped, which is actually good news for us, even though we have the advantage with Thunder. Ludicolo can just do so much damage in the rain. And it also has the Swift Swim ability, so it would automatically be faster than you. You don't want that, because the Ludicolo can deal a lot of damage with Hydro Pump. Alright, so Thunder takes away about 2/3 of Ludicolo's health, and there it goes, Hydro Pump. Even though it's not raining, it's still going to knock out Ninetales. Ninetales, you put up a good fight. You were confused for most of the battle. You did good work. So, considering we lost Aggron on the first turn, we've actually made some good progress here. Partially due to good luck with that critical hit on Articuno. Umbreon, again, Confuse Ray. Zaprong is confused once more. Oh joy. So we have Crobat out now, yeah. And Crobat's going to be able to finish off Ludicolo, because he's going to take advantage of his grass type. It's going to be super effective, and Ludicolo goes down. So we're pretty much in the clear now, because the most an Umbreon can really do to you is confuse you. So we can take turns using the Yellow Flute and inflicting damage and whatnot. Both of my Pokemon should be faster than Umbreon. Umbreon doesn't have a lot in the way of speed, so we should be okay. Let's see. Yellow Flute, yes. I love this item so much. If you didn't pick this item up at the SS Libra, I just don't understand what's wrong with you. Don't understand. It's an amazing item. There he goes again, going for the Screech. And I don't really care. We'll go for a Thunder. And we'll go for Wing Attack. Crobat's confused, and yes, he actually doesn't hit himself in confusion. What the hell? And another critical hit brings Umbreon down into the red zone. And we'll go for a Thunder, and Thunder is actually hitting as well. And that's gonna take out Umbreon finally after like a gajillion and a half turns. And how long does this battle go on? Like 9 minutes by itself? Kind of ridiculous. And that's finally gonna be it. We're zone number 75, and what I have to say is one of the hardest battles in all of Mount Battle. Phew. Okay, well, thank goodness that's over. It's going to be a lot easier from now on, at least in this area. Alright, moving on. Zone number 76. No one but no one can beat me. Okay. Don't even care. You've no idea what I've been through the last 9 minutes, man. Don't judge me. Ariados and Ursaring are the starting Pokemon. Ursaring is the evolution of Teddiursa from the Johto region. Also specializes in its massive physical attack stats. It's not so much a defensive specialist, so it can't endure a whole bunch of hits. It's just an average, bulky Pokemon. Ariados, on the other hand, really doesn't have many advantages. It's slow and doesn't have a whole lot in any one stat in particular. So I've really never understood the appeal to Ariados, but that's okay. Ursaring is going to be a pure normal type, so we're going to go for a Brick Break, and that's going to be super effective and gets him off the field before he gets the chance to use his massive attack to do some damage. because usually they come with either Earthquake or Brick Break, and either one of those would have killed either Electabuzz or Aggron or both. Alright, so Aggron grew up to level 61, which is nice, and Quillfish is the replacement Pokemon. It's going to be a water and poison type. And Ariados is also poison type, but he has part bug as well. He goes for a Sludge Bomb on Zaprong. And, oh, I did not get poisoned there. What in the world? Alright, well, because Quillfish is water type, we can go for a Thunder, and that's going to be super effective when it connects, and it does connect here, surprisingly, on the first try, and Quillfish goes down. Which is good news, because I was expecting a Surf, Waterfall, Hydro Pump, something like that on Aggron, which would have killed him. And Ariados is weak to rock types because of its bug typing. And we didn't quite knock it out with that Rock Tomb there. Leaves it with just a tiny bit of HP. I don't know why in the world it's going for a String Shot. Just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But that's alright. We had its speed lowered anyway, so it's not like it's going to be faster than us now. We'll go for a Psychic, which will also be super effective. Not that it really matters. Ariados is in the red anyway. And that's going to be it for the Ariados, and it goes down. It was only at level 60, I just noticed that. Most of the Pokemon throughout the rest of this area are at much higher than that. And that's going to be it for this battle. Not too bad at all. I think he only had 3 Pokemon? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Alright, let's see here. We'll switch Vaporeon in because Zaprong has been in for quite a few battles. And yeah, we'll leave Aggron out there. Why not? Vaporeon and Aggron, such an unusual team. But they're the best of friends. Want to go? Hell yes, I want to go. Kark? What kind of name is Kark, honestly? Your mom couldn't just name you Clark? That would make more sense. Oh well. Excuse me for trying to insert logic where it doesn't belong. Alright, so we're going to start off with Vaporeon and Aggron, as mentioned. And we're going to be facing Rhydon and Solrock. This is another 3 Pokemon team. Rhydon has 2 quadruple weaknesses, or 4 times weaknesses, to water and grass, but it also has just pitifully low special defense that if you hit it with an Ice-type move, it's going to go down anyway, and that happens to be the case. Rhydon goes down, and the replacement Pokemon, and Kark's last Pokemon already, is going to be Dodrio, the normal and flying type evolution of Doduo. Solrock's going to use its turn to go for a Sunny Day, and Aggron's Iron Tail misses, unfortunately. I would have knocked out Solrock, but that's okay. So we're going to go for an Ice Beam on Dodrio, who wastes his turn going for Agility, even though he's the fastest one on the field already. So that's perfect. I was expecting a Tri-Attack, but that didn't happen, and Ice Beam takes out Dodrio in one hit, and there's not a whole lot that Solrock can do to us. It's going to go for a Solar Beam here, but Solrock's special attack just really isn't that great, as you can see. Even with Aggron's really, really bad special defense, it doesn't do that much damage. This time, however, Iron Tail is going to connect, and Solrock is not going to be able to survive that, which he doesn't. It goes down fairly easily. And that's going to be the end of this battle, and that's it for Casual Dude Kark. Such a stupid name. Urk. Who says Urk? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have 3 battles left in this area. We're winding down here. The area leader in this section is actually a pretty decent opponent as well. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Should be a good battle. Okay. Zone number 78. The forbidden... What? Nothing is forbidden. Beauty... I want to say Minot, if she was French, but I don't know if that's supposed to be French or not, so I'll pass on that. We have Shiftry and Mighty Anna as the starting Pokemon. We're going to start off with Zaprong and Ninetales, so apparently she likes Dark-type Pokemon. And Mighty Anna obviously has the Intimidate ability, so try to bring out Pokemon that use special attacks as usual when fighting Pokemon that has Intimidate. We're going to go for a Flamethrower right off the bat and attack this Shiftry. And that's going to exploit its grass-type weakness to fire, and it goes down. Surprised it didn't go for a Fake Out. Shiftry will usually open the battle with Fake Out. I'm assuming that Shiftry doesn't have Fake Out. I don't know. Another Dark-type Pokemon's coming out here with Crawdaunt. And Thunder on Mighty Anna actually knocks it out in one hit. Mighty Anna really just has bad stats overall. It's just a bad Pokemon. Sharpedo! So apparently she likes all Hoenn Dark-type Pokemon. Alright, so with Mightyena and Shiftry both out of the way, they didn't even get an attack off. I'm actually going to go for a Flamethrower here, even though it's not very effective on Sharpedo. But look how much damage it does. It brings them all the way down into the red zone. And that's just a testament to how fragile Sharpedos really are. It's kind of painful, actually. Alright, Thunder on Crawdon takes him out. And now we just have to deal with whatever Sharpedo throws at us, which is Screech. And we're going to get out of this battle without getting any damage inflicted on us. Are you serious? Say what? Okay, so we'll go for another Flamethrower, and that's going to kill off Sharpedo, and that's going to be the end of this battle. See what I mean? Like, after that Zone 75 battle, all the remaining battles up until the area leader are painfully easy. They've all had 3 Pokemon each so far, and, well, no, this one had 4. But still, they all go down very easily. Alrighty. Let's go up to Zone 79, the last battle before the area leader. And let's see what I want to do here. Zaprong and Ninetales are both at level 62, so maybe I should switch them out. That seems like a good idea. The logical thing to do, right? Alright, so we'll switch Vaporeon and Crobat into the starting positions. Another somewhat unusual team. I don't usually use the two together, but why not? We don't have that much to lose. Cool Trainer Lask. It's going to start off with Breloom and Swampert. Breloom is a grass and fighting type Pokemon, so it has a quadruple weakness to flying types if you have it, which thankfully I do with Crobat here. And we have Swampert, which is the final evolution of the Hoenn water type starting Pokemon Mudkip. Although Swampert also has part ground type in it. Therefore, grass type is actually its only weakness, but it's a 4 times weakness, so I'm taking advantage of that with Crobat's Giga Drain and opting to go for an Ice Beam on Breloom, which ends up knocking it out in one hit anyway, so that was a safe move. Okay, so, and the next Pokemon coming out is a little bit of a doozy. Tyranitar. And yes, it's the final evolution of Larvitar. It's a rock and dark type Pokemon, and it has the ability Sandstream, which immediately causes the field to be flooded with a sandstorm. But Swampert went for an Earthquake. I just don't understand why. Assuming that, I guess that Breloom is going to tank it because it wouldn't be very effective on him, but he gets killed off before Swampert can pull off the Earthquake, and it's going to be super effective on Tyranitar, and it almost freaking kills him. My goodness. Okay, so we're going to take out both these Pokemon this turn. Nah, no we're not. Swampert goes for the Protect, so Giga Drain's not going to hit. We are going to outspeed Tyranitar, who I'm assuming was going to go for an Earthquake of his own. But he's not going to get the chance to, because Vaporeon goes first with an Ice Beam, and that's all it takes to take out Tyranitar. Thank you, Swampert, for doing most of the work for me. And with that, Vaporeon grows up to level 62. And the replacement Pokemon is going to be Armaldo. The rock and bug type Pokemon. It's a fossil from the Hoenn region. And yeah, it relies mainly on its high attacking stat to do a lot of damage. Doesn't have a lot in the way of defenses, especially special defense. It's going to go for Protect here, assuming, well, I'm assuming that Swampert is going to go for an Earthquake. But we're going to take it out with a Giga Drain before it gets a chance to do that. So Armaldo just pretty much wasted his turn. We should be able to knock him out next turn. We can hit him off with a Hydro Pump, which will be super effective. Alright, Swampert goes down, and Crobat's just about to grow up to level 62. And the Sandstorm is still raging. One thing about abilities that cause weather conditions like Sandstream, Drizzle, and Drought, they don't subside after 5 turns like it normally would if a Pokemon were to use Sandstorm or Rain Dance or Sunny Day. So you do need to change the weather condition on your own if you want to change it. Otherwise, it'll last the entirety of the battle. Fortunately, their Hydro Pump misses, so Slash is going to get a chance to knock out Vaporeon, but it doesn't. He would have needed a critical hit there. We did get a Wing Attack off in that turn with Crobat, but Armaldo's physical defense is not that bad, so didn't do a whole lot of damage. Go for a wing attack again, and it gets him into the yellow. Maybe this time we'll hit him with Hydro Pump, and yes, we do indeed. Hydro Pump from Vaporeon. Bam! Down goes Armaldo. And that's going to do it for zone number, what is this, 79. And Crobat's also going to grow up to level 62 after defeating the Armaldo. Sweet. Does it for Cool Trainer Lask. And we're up to the area leader now, which this should be an interesting battle. So, kind of excited here. Let's see who I want to start off with. Well, Flygon is still at level 60, so kind of feel like I should be training him a little bit. Because I have Zapron, Crobat, Ninetales, and Vaporeon that are all at level 62, but oh well. I'm going to stick with what I have. Yeah. No. Maybe not. Maybe we'll bring Zapron in. I'm going to go with that. Alright, so Zone 80. Welcome! Yes, let's do this. Area Leader Nade. Interesting name. Alright, so she's going to start off with Gyarados and Machamp, two physical attacking powerhouses. Machamp is a pure fighting type Pokemon. Gyarados, of course, is water and flying, so that's why I decided to bring out Zapron. And Gyarados also has Intimidate, so that would have been bad news for Flygon and Aggron if I had brought them out. So we're going to go for a Thunder on the first turn, hoping to get rid of this Gyarados, and as long as it connects, which it appears as though it is, Gyarados is not going to get the chance to do anything. Usually on the first turn, Gyarados is going to go for a Dragon Dance to increase its speed and its attacking power. So that's just really, really bad news because Gyarados can become unstoppable if that happens. So try to kill it off as fast as possible. Vaporeon's going to go for a Rain Dance so that Thunder will hit every turn now. And Machamp is going to go for Bulk Up, which is a move we haven't really seen so much yet, but it increases both attack and defense in the same turn, which is pretty cool, actually. It's a fighting type move, and yeah, a lot of fighting types have it. So, the replacement Pokemon was Heracross, but she's actually switching him out for Salamence here. Yes, Salamence, the dragon and flying type Pokemon, again with Intimidate. And we're going to go for a Thunder, which will obviously connect because of the rain. And instead of hitting Heracross, it's going to do a lot of damage to Salamence. Gets him down to about 1/3 of his HP left. And Hydro Pump, I think, would have knocked out Machamp, but that wasn't the case because it missed. And the smart move here was to switch that Heracross out for Salamence, which is then immune to Machamp's Earthquake. Does a good amount of damage to Vaporeon and knocks out Zapron in one hit. Ah, that was a good strategy. Alright, so we're going to bring out Flygon next. So that's going to be immune to Earthquake, and it's also going to have the Dragon type advantage on Salamence. So of course also has the advantage on us, because Dragon is just good on itself. But surprisingly here, Flygon is actually going to outspeed the higher leveled Salamence, which I was not expecting to happen. But Dragon Breath knocks it out. So Salamence doesn't get a chance to pull off any attacks, which is good because the thing is a powerhouse. Heracross comes back out, and looks like we're going to get a Hydro Pump off this turn in the rain, and Machamp has no chance to stand up against that. That is just one powerful Hydro Pump with Mystic Water. It's a stab move plus the rain. No chance. Flygon grows up to level 61, finally. He's just been at level 60 forever. And the replacement Pokemon is going to be the final evolution of the Hoenn Fire-type starting Pokemon Torchic, Blaziken. It's at level 62, it's a Fire and Fighting type Pokemon. So I suggest using Water or Flying, also Psychic type Pokemon on it. It's also good. So we're going to go for a Dragon Breath here with Flygon on Heracross. Doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. Heracross does have much better special defense than it does physical defense, so keep that in mind. And Heracross is going to pull off the best bug-type attack in the game. Mega Horn has 120 base power, and Heracross has just a crap ton of attacking power, so Vaporeon just can't stand up to that. Vaporeon would have had to have been at complete full health to survive that, but that was not the case. Blaziken's going to use its turn to go for a Bulk Up, which increases its attack and defense. It's probably going to go for a Sky Uppercut or maybe a Rock Slide to attack Crobat. But because of Heracross's bug and fighting type, typing, could not think of what I wanted to say there, it is 4 times weak to wing attack and flying types, so wing attack knocks it out. So no more freaking Mega Horns. And we're going to go for an Earthquake with Flygon, and that's going to be super effective on Blaziken. Brings him down all the way into the red zone. He saved himself with that bulk up the turn before. If he didn't raise his defense, he would have been long gone, because Blaziken is pretty fragile when it comes to both physical and special defense, actually. Alright, the rain finally stopped, but that doesn't really have any impact on the battle anymore, because Blaziken's not going to go for fire-type moves here. Anywho, Wing Attack with Crobat is going to finish off Blaziken, and that's going to be the end of this battle. A well-fought battle. She had some pretty good strategies there. Bulk Up seemed to be the center of her strategy, but she also did some switching, some strategic switching with Earthquake and whatnot. Alright, so for clearing Area 8, we're going to get 1,600 Poke Coupons, and we're also going to get the TM for Bulk Up, which unfortunately I was training earlier on and completed this area by accident. So yes, I thought I could leave, and then yeah, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you get TM 8 Bulk Up for completing this area. But that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on Area 9 of Mount Battle, which I promise I have not completed already. Please stay tuned for episode number 113. Game on!